Hello, you lovely lot. How are we doing, gang? Are we well? I hope you're good. Yeah, apologies. There was no streams over the weekend. I say apologies. I don't know if I even promised there was going to be streams over the weekend, but the last stream did end abruptly. I wish I had some kind of excuse. The internet literally shit itself. I went to the toilet, on the porcelain throne. Came back and the stream was down and the internet was down and it wasn't coming back up. I went and walked the dog round the block, came back and it still didn't work. It came back live like an hour later. So that was a bit annoying. I think it was just an outage in the area as opposed to anything kind of isolated to my PC. So, one of those things. I guess at least the ISP, they cut it off like at a good point in the stream because it means today we come back, I'll get straight into the champo, which is exciting. Also, Billy, mate, thank you so much for the 39 months. And SDI Harold, dude, thank you for the 33 months as well. Guys, I need to sign in and out of stream elements. This happens every so often. I have to sign in and out on OBS because the alerts just stop working. I don't know. Technology. Well, one day technology will work flawlessly. I mean, in many places it already does, but not in this household. I did wait very patiently for the Manchester United and Everton games to finish. In retrospect, probably could have streamed instead of them, really, couldn't I? I know that's obvious to say now. We didn't know that at the time, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest of footballing matches, was it, really? Also, Shorty Nico, dude, thank you for the 2 months. Why are the alerts not working? Chat, did the alerts pop up there at all when people subbed? I could sing the Mark Viduka song for you all personally, but I'm not sure that's like really what you're subbing for. Who am I kidding? That's definitely what you're subbing for. If I hit replay, does this now work? No. Why are my alerts just randomly not working? That's fun. There's no reason why they shouldn't be working. Right, chat. When I miss alerts and subs and stuff, please just scream in the comments or the chat. That's weird. I can't wait for tomorrow's Pots Prem episode. I've not edited it yet. I've only just finished recording it, chat. So we won't be doing the latest night of late night streams today. But we've got, 2 league games and then the Oceanic Champions League, which I don't really know what to expect from the Oceanic Champions League. I think it might be more of a bloodbath than the league, but I genuinely have no idea. In Pots Prem, why do you think Burn won't leave? No idea. If I knew, I'd get rid of them. You've never edited. It's all on editing, Jack. Chat, I don't know why the alerts aren't working today. That's very weird. There's no reason why they shouldn't be working. No, I'm just going to shake my head and pull faces. That's how you deal with tech issues, right? Jack, did you shoot this time? So you don't have to take the dog out. No comment, Wok. No comment. Did Stream Element update? I don't think it did recently, but I feel like an update broke it like a month ago for me. Santi's out for 2 months. That's disastrous. That's actually really not that good. Oh, I like Santi as well. That's annoying. I mean, he's not the craziest player in the world, but actually as a backup left back and right back who's very good with both feet, he's like the dream player. Also, I realise now that pre-season's done, we can put the best selection kind of back in, can't we? Also, I've got Jordi Polinia that we signed. I don't know if I really needed Jordi Polinia, but we've signed him. And on paper, he looks great, but he isn't registered for the Champo. That's not my fault. Like, the reason he's not registered for the Champo is because he arrived late. Big Kahona Burger, dude, thank you for the prime. Happy Bezos Bucks, mate, dude, appreciate it. Why are the alerts not working? Stream Elements, what is wrong with you? When I logged in and out, it updated the alerts that I'd missed, but now it's not loading the ones as they happen. I want to hit check for updates. When has a clicking check for updates ever been a good idea? I'm not sure. Chat, let me turn on my fan. It's bloody warm today in this room. How's tomorrow's Pots Prem looking? I've not edited it yet. That's how it's looking. I've got to edit it after today's stream. So it won't be a super late night stream. It's just going to be live for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You guys know the vibe. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, chat, with the alert. So apologies. I will try and keep on top of them. That is an atrocious offer for Santi. £11,000. No, thank you. I'm still fuming. If you missed it, last stream we accepted a bid, didn't we, on Vidaria of 250k, and then he turned it down. Hey, MD Games dude, how are you doing today? Also, YouTube, are we here? I mean, I can see YouTube's messages in my merged chat, so that part of the stream's working. I have to assume, therefore, we are live. It'd be a bit of a mental thing when the stream's not live and people are just writing in the chat. Right, first game of the league season, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is not the priority this year, but obviously it'd be good to just ensure that we do re-qualify for the Champions League in case we somehow bottle it this season. I think we definitely go into that competition as favourites. But yeah, we'll see how we get on here. Lobo's banned, you naughty, naughty boy. In fact, both my wing-backs are banned. I only have Lagos as a wing-back option on the bench. I say both are banned. Santi's injured. Santi is injured. But we've got, just as a reminder, we've got Pellinia in the team now. Can I get new? Woo! New highest earner as well. We've got Onion Badgie in at Playmaker. He was signed from our big rivals in Auckland United. And we also signed Crepisto from Queensland. We signed a lot of players, didn't we, from teams around us. Kind of trying to weaken the other teams in our division. And we've also got Sane on the bench. Not Leroy, just to be clear, it's his brother. Hi, Jack. Think about starting MFL. Is there an app and is there a way to sign players for free, not loan? So MFL is all web-based, so you can just use it on your phone. There's no way to get players for free, but the loans are like no monetary cost when you loan them. But you do have to pay initially for a club anyway. Like you don't get a club for free. The season for MFL chat starts in 2 days. So it's like today, I think registration's closed. I think you can still register late, but the new season kind of kicks off in 2 days and pre-season is pretty much done. So it's a difficult time to join. But over the next 6 weeks, because the season in MFL is 6 weeks, I'm going to do some streams and stuff. So you guys can kind of see how a season plays out ahead of the next season. So if you're on the fence or you're just a bit curious and you held off, like I said, now's like a weird time to join. I'd honestly I mean, you can sign up mid-season and there's like mid-season friendly tournaments. But there's not a massive incentive to sign up for a couple of weeks. I was going to start Ranson in goal. Did I not put Ranson in? Oh, that's an error. That is an error. Also, has anyone noticed since the latest update, a lot of the kickoffs go straight out for throw-ins? Wok's asking a question in the chat. Did anyone win in the pickup contest? Did you receive your pickups? I'm just checking up on that because I heard from 1 or 2 people they might not have received them. So if you did win pickup bars, have you received them, yes or no? It'd be really good for me to know, just for my own peace of mind. Otherwise, I will catch up with the pickup people and try and sort it as Kodra Avora scores. There was a sub I missed. Thank you, Waddle Morris, 8 months. I appreciate you. And Constantly Chris is on a viewing streak. That showed up like a sub for me. Apologies, chat. The alerts are just broken today. Shall I sing for you? Mark Viduka, Mark Viduka. Oh, wait, no, it's Kevin! We changed it like 2 years ago, didn't we? You got them. Okay, that's good to know, Craig. So you did get your Chucky Bees. This is your daily reminder that quali for Melbourne is in 13 days. I've been explaining to Wok chat the fact that I will be up at 4 a.m. for the race and 5 a.m. for qualifying. Is it wrong that for the Australian Grand Prix, like, you get up like an hour and a half beforehand to really savour the pre-season? Like, in my mind, pre-season in F1 doesn't begin until I see Pierre Gasly, playing the tennis ball game on the pit walk. Can you tell the story? Tell the story, Wok. Mad Dog, thank you for the prime. Mark Viduka, Mark Viduka. Mad Dog, we've got a penalty here. Biozeps, thank you for the 3 months with Dara score. A massive Daddy's Bear Beard. I've got the soundboard, haven't I? Does this work? Is that playing for you? Oh, it is. I'll just play it for all of you. Thank you for the subs, guys. Sorry that the alerts aren't working today. It's a low-budget production. You know, like, when you see the buskers and they've got, like, 5 instruments they're playing at once. They've got, like, the harmonica strapped to the mouth. They've got their foot pedal on a drum. That's how I feel streaming when the technology fails me. Bloody hell, 80 quid for a team in MFL. The thing is, that team has resale value. Like, the team has a monetary value and you can cash it out. But I've said it before on stream, MFL is not a game if, like, you're looking to play a game for free. It's just not how it works, I'm afraid. The stakes are what make it fun in many ways. Oh, I miss Mark Viduka. Yeah, so the story is, chat, that Wok won one of the prizes in the pickup giveaway. Not on our stream, just to be clear, but you know how you could submit your receipt? She won, like, a bag. I don't think she even won chocolate bars. She won, like, a tote bag from pickup, and they've just stopped replying to her messages. She just wants her bag. So she's kicking off. She has started sending passive-aggressive images in emails to the guy who stopped responding. Like, this is it. This is going on since December was when she first chased up and he just hasn't replied. So she's now sending pictures in paint of her crying, like me with an arrow crying face. And then him, the theoretical man she's been emailing in a pickup truck. It's an interesting approach. I was wondering why that sub sound is Kevin with the red flag. It's from when we streamed F1 Manager and Kevin Magnussen would always crash and cause red flags. And it just became the sub alert sound. I don't know, chat. With the F1, if you're in the UK, are you going to be staying up for it or getting up early? Because quali is at 3 a.m. And I feel like that is tempting to stay up for as opposed to get up early for 3 a.m. Maybe that's just an indicator of when I normally go to bed. But 4 a.m. for the race is probably a get up early vibe. So I don't know how I'm going to plan that. Do I think I could sign an LBM for this team? Maybe. I don't think I could afford him if I wanted to right now. I'll be recording and watching later. That's far too sensible. Scottish Dex, welcome to the stream. Oh, yeah, make sure you pay your taxes to G. Who is NLBM? Noah Lebret Mabulu. Starts at 2:30 on Sky. I mean, that's the coverage. The actual race starts at 4 a.m. You know, they advertise it as starting at 3:30. Oh, sorry, 2:30 on Sky. That is 90 minutes of build-up. Which, like, if I stay up for, maybe I watch that build-up, but I wouldn't get up at 2:30 for the build-up. Do you know what I mean? Right, Kodjo Avora, he's dancing. He's dancing. It's a poor finish at the end of it. I probably should make some subs. You know what's weird, chat? Not having George Weah to sub on. Although we've actually got proper quality with, like, Nsombi and Sane on the bench. Like, there is proper ballers on the bench. I enjoy the fact our strategy at this club has become sign loads of released baller wingers from Europe. Just sleep during the day. See, that's what I think is the correct approach. But Wok says that I'm not allowed to complain about being tired all day. Do I get F1 TV? I don't personally, just because in the UK at least it doesn't come with streaming. Like, you need a Sky subscription to watch the races in the UK. I think occasionally I subscribe to F1 TV for like 1 month just to watch some old back catalogue stuff. But I don't think it's necessarily worth it. You should never have where to sub on. He should be started. He's the director of football, chat. He's bowed out. He's still here as the Doff. Right, we've got Tauranga next, right? And then we jet off. I assume that these games in real life are all just played like... they are. They're all played at a neutral venue. Where are we playing them? At Stade de... I don't know where Stade de... I can't say it. Hiengane. It's definitely not how you say it. Anyone know where that stadium is? It's French. What French-speaking nations are in the Pacific Islands? I think this is going to be a fully rest the players for 2 weeks and just have them play the matches they're playing in kind of vibe for our team. I'm going to include Sane in that rested 11. Well, I'll be doing F1 Fantasy. Every year I start an F1 Fantasy team for like the first 2 races, and then I'll be honest, I just kind of forget about it. I feel like the issue with it is like, because you can change your team like after the practice sessions and stuff, you kind of always have to be tinkering with it just before the deadline. Whereas at least with FPL, I can like just think about it during the week and kind of plan accordingly. Are you planning to watch the build-up for quali? Because the actual quali doesn't start until 5 a.m. I thought the race started at 4 and quali started at 3. Have I got that muddled up? Is it that I was thinking that quali started an hour before the race, but you tell me quali starts an hour after, and I got the hours muddled up, chat. I'm loading up F1 Countdown on my phone now because you made me paranoid. You know, I've got to plan out 2 weeks ahead. Oh yeah, quali's at 5 a.m. That's not bad. You know what, chat? Definitely a get-up vibe. Decision made for me. Gungshin, I appreciate the questions about Park to Prem, and I don't mind answering 1 or 2 of them, but given the fact that not everyone here watches Park to Prem, it doesn't make for compelling streaming content for those people. But to answer your question, he's just for the youth team, mate. He's 19. He's a child. Right, Taranga made the top 4 of the Northern League last year, so we can't afford to underestimate them. This is our last game before we jet off. Do I do a watch-along for the F1? I haven't traditionally, but never say never. When it's not an obnoxious hour, I usually watch it with the wife on the sofa. Like, she actually like pretends to show an interest in sports. I say that, I think Wok does secretly enjoy Formula 1 a little bit. Like, she's not quite the get up at 3 a.m. for it vibe, but she is into it. Oh yeah, chat, remind me that Ranson needs to be in goal. Please remind me. Who do I think wins the Drivers' Championship? I think probably Russell if the Mercedes is as good as people think they are. The thing is, chat, especially in this new era, we don't have a fucking clue, do we? Ferrari are quick, Mercedes are quick, we don't know. I feel like anyone's trying to give you a guess. It's not even like a prediction, really. It's just a guess. Like, it sounds kind of stupid, but like in football, you kind of know the quality of the players and all the variables because you have previous data to look at for how those players are done. In Formula 1, when all the regulations change, we're all fucking guessing. We don't know, do we? Like, I can tell you now, Aston Martin probably not making it into Q3, but we don't know. Have I seen the Ferrari practice starts? Yeah, exactly. So Haas are going to be ballers this year. Like, don't get me wrong, chat. I'm all for predictions in good faith, but I hate the people who are kind of like, yes, my informed predictions. Like, you're fucking guessing, son. You're guessing. Someone must have been sandbagging. Exactly. Who knows? Who knows? I kind of like when we don't have a clue. I don't know about anyone else. Like, it's just kind of fun. I hope we get some mechanical failures, lots of whimsy. I do wonder if we'll get a lot more safety cars this season. Like, do you remember last year? Was it last year or the year before? I think it's 2 seasons ago. There was a period of like 8 or 9 races, I feel like, where there wasn't a safety car. It was like a Formula 1 record for no safety cars. I feel like with the new engines, we're going to see so many more safety cars with cars on track. That's going to make it a lot more chaotic and whimsy. Have I tried any of the FM skins that are currently around? I haven't. I was thinking that maybe I should try them out on stream. The issue that I have, and this applies to not just skins, it's also mods, they're not as easy as they used to be, to kind of turn on and off. I know that's kind of a shit excuse, but like they're a bit faffy. And I also feel like I'm still getting used to the base skin, so I don't really want to change to a different skin until I feel like I'm fully used to it. Do I have any interest in endurance racing? Not really. I'll tune in for like the odd, like Le Mans, but that is literally it. Just got to verify files to change your map. See, that would be great if it wasn't for the fact there's other mods I use, like my regen face pack, which would also be reset by that. So sadly, it's not as easy as just the verified stuff. Otherwise, I would just do it. Oh, Polinia's good, isn't it? It's a shame he's not registered for the Champo because he arrived too late. But yeah, I'm hoping that the reliability and issues in F1 will just spice it up. Like, outside of Norris's at Zandvoort last year, I can't really remember a significant mechanical failure. Like, I feel like if you're like a newer F1 fan, you've not really lived through an era of, like, just anyone's engine could blow up at any time. Like, it's quite fun. I watch a little bit of IndyCar. I watch the Indy 500. I tend to watch the IndyCar if I've, like, on a Sunday and I realise I've not got anything going on. Cthulhu Sushi, thank you for becoming a hot prospect over on the YouTubes. For that, you get the... what do you get? You get a G. YouTube, can you hear the soundboard? Could you hear that? If you could hear that, that's very awkward. Twitch have had the sound played to them. Does the OFC Champions League have a theme tune like the European one? It probably does. And if it does, I don't think it's as likely to get copyright struck on stream. It was pretty quiet. Oh, apologies. Apologies. If you don't know who G is or what G is, your life's probably better off not knowing at this point. Oh, God, Joe Avora. Right, chat, I think we're ready for the Champo. Should I just sub off our best players now? I'm going to do that. I'm going to sub off our best players now that we've got one goal up. Purely to save them because we've got Champions League football soon. Is it the stupidest idea ever? Maybe a little bit, but like... We're flying off to a Pacific island in 3 days and we're playing 3 games in 8 days. Rest up the first team. The Indy 500 this year is the same weekend as the Canadian Grand Prix. Is it at the same time as well? I remember there being some drama when they announced like the timings and stuff. My guilty pleasure, chat, is Formula E. I know, please boo me. Boo me now. I can hear the boo. I like the whimsy of Formula E. I like the chaos. I think just the racing is very different to F1 in like a fun, chaotic way. Like it's a lot less pelotony now, to be fair, but like it's wildly different. Like you kind of have to go into it open-minded, but it's just fun. It's a very competitive championship, which makes it fun as well. Oh, the car's just really quiet. I mean, they're electric, so they just sound like electric engines. To be honest, the F1 engines are halfway to sounding like the Formula E cars now. If the internet's to be believed, F1 is now just the same as Formula E, but with new cars. True. But has Formula 1 got attack mode? Well, I don't think it has. I realise we could have done net free and flee here, but they've got one back now, so I'm panicking. Saving them channel points to check out a play, unless Jackie's kind enough to... No, save up the channel points. Good luck. To be fair, Fan Boost hasn't existed in Formula E in years. Fan Boost is the kind of thing that could have been a very funny thing in like F1 Manager or Motorsport Manager as like a regulation change. But yeah, Fan Boost hasn't existed in Formula E in about half a decade, chat. For people who don't know what it essentially was a thing where there'd be like a vote on social media like during the first half of the race, and whichever 5 drivers got the highest voting got like a temporary like 10-second boost. They could activate a point of their choice for their car. Can you see why that got removed? Lots of people saving up the channel points for a GeoGuessr. Respect. Did I see the Motorsport Manager update last week? I did. I don't know what to make of that. Because I love Motorsport Manager, My understanding is that the game was publishing rights were a 10-year deal with Sega, and Miniclip have now bought the publishing rights for the game, and they've actually had them since like November, I think, of last year. GeoGuessr Gem, thank you for the channel memberships. If you're on YouTube, you've just been gifted a channel membership. Say a big old thank you. That is 10 gifted subs. Thank you. Get a round of applause for the GeoGuessrs. They've scored again. It's going to be fun. It's 4-2. We're okay. Thank you, GeoGuessr Gem. That's very, very kind of you. If you got a gifted channel membership on YouTube, say a big old thank you. What does VIP do? You get a fancy icon next to your name if you become a VIP on Twitch. You look like a pimp amongst a sea of plebs. Who doesn't want to look like a pimp? Probably quite a lot of people, to be fair. But should we move on? Maybe some people do want to look like a pimp in the Twitch chat. I don't know. Who am I to judge? But yeah, Formula E is just like fun, chaotic energy. And the racing is very unique. Well, there is actual racing, which might be more than what we get in F1 this year for all we know. If you get VIP, Jack refunds all your sub money. It's not true. It's not true. Don't save up for VIP on a false promise. It would be fun to do some F1 watch-alongs, to be fair. The issue is because I watch on Now TV, I'm on a delay. And you know what Twitch chat and the internet is like, chat? If you reveal you're watching on a delay, people just want to write spoilers. They want to watch the world burn. Oh, and Zombie, finish that. He's got a score. Not Sky Sports. Sky Sports is Now TV. It's just their online streaming service. Pokemon Turns 30 on Friday. Do we know what... Is there like a live stream? Is there a Pokemon Direct this weekend? I'm off to Japan in a few weeks, chat. Well, second half of next month I'm going. Very much looking forward to it. I'm hoping there's going to be loads of limited edition Pokemon, like 30-year-old merch, like the various Pokemon centers that are around Tokyo and Nagoya. If there's not, it's a wasted trip, really, isn't it? 2 PM on Friday for the next Pokemon Direct. Sign me up. I've not yet played the latest games on Switch. Why is the name gone from my head, chat? Literally gone from my head. I've been saving it for when I'm on the flight. All right, chat. Someone's made a great point. Jack, you're in the Champions League. Lock in. Valid point. Our entire season has led up to this moment here. Now, unfortunately, Polinia, I can't register for this competition. How am I allowed to fill up the bench in this comp? Oh, and Ranson in goal. Thank you, chat. Bloody hell. Right, I've got to lock in, haven't I? We can have a couple more players on the bench, which is nice. I have a goalie on the bench. Polinia's not registered. I guess we'll register put Jimenez on the bench. I think that makes the most sense. Jack, 500 Discord link, MFL very soon. Oh, welcome to the Discord, mate. Yeah, it is just discord.gg/workthespace. I think that link still... Does that link still work? Can someone check and please tell me if that works? Legends EA is fun, but has a large tutorial section. Chat, I never got past the tutorial section of Legends Arceus. Is that controversial? My wildest prediction / conspiracy theory for the new F1 season is that New is absolutely cooked deliberately being hard sandbag again the Addons, so everyone completely underestimates them. R1, whatever he's having, Your Honour, please. Whatever you're having, I want it. Hey, see you later, Zyfed. Yeah, sorry, chap, for the fact that it's a late night stream. You can blame Manchester United and Everton. I even delayed the stream because of that match, and I should have just streamed, shouldn't I, really? My first ever Pokemon game, chat, was Pokemon Red, and I had it on the Game Boy Pocket. I didn't get a Game Boy Color growing up. And I didn't get like the grey Game Boy. I got the Game Boy Pocket, which was like black and white screen, and had a little knob to turn. It was yellow. I actually think I have it in the house downstairs. My original Game Boy, and there is a copy of the original Pokemon games with it too. I don't know if this is just me though, chat. As a little kid, when I first got a Game Boy, I couldn't get the games out. So I used to use my teeth. I'd hold my little Game Boy Pocket and use my teeth to yank the games out. So all my games from when I was a little kid just have teeth marks in from Baby Jack being a beaver. Right. It's Champions League time, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get an ooh? Woo! Ah. We are taking on in our first game, Hexagon Sport. Now, this is the team we're playing at a neutral venue. Are we playing at their ground? Their ground is the Stade de Hexagon. Is this the most biased neutral ground ever? Sorry, allow me to just check quickly. I think we're just playing. We're playing at their ground. It's rigged. It's rigged. Now, who's their best player? Let's actually have a look here. Sake Forest, or is it Sake Forest? Who knows? He's not actually that bad. I mean, he's a New Caledonian international, and he's got a face in the face pack. They have only got 12 players, which means they are going to get given loads of grayed out virtual players to fill out their squad, which sometimes can be quite good. I feel like this is the kind of competition where I don't know what to expect, but I think we either have a tight game or we batter them 10-0. And there's basically no middle ground. So we'll see what happens. If I get out in the group stage, will I resign out of respect? Definitely. That, you know what? That feels like the most fair and logical thing to do. Right. Let's see how we fare. Does this look like New Caledonia? Do we have any New Caledonians in the chat who can let me know? Gemma just gifted another 5 subs on YouTube. YouTube, if you got one of those memberships, say a big old thank you. That is so kind of you. Appreciate it massively. I mean, even right after I win this trophy or finishing the season, I think we'll probably keep an eye out for jobs. Chat, are these the most high quality trees ever in Football Manager? Did you see those palm trees? Chat, why are the palm tree models so good now? Why does the lighting look so good on the trees? Alright, okay. I need to lock in. I need to stop. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted today. I know all the budget went on the art in this game. Bloody trees. Right, Felipe. Whip it in. Concho, we've arrived! We've arrived in the Champo. Right, okay, maybe we're going to be okay. Lock in, forget the chat. Look at the New Caledonian houses. This is where the art budget of FM went, on these houses. Look at the tree. Oh, shut, these houses do look shit, don't they? Add some depth of field. Blur them out in the distance if you need to. Right. It's a good start. This is only the league stage. I believe the top 2 in the group stage go through, but we do play all our group stage games back to back in a week, which I kind of like. All right. Crapisto. Sane. City Sane. Back post. Videra. Chat. Are we the baddies? Is this... Am I about to dunk on a load of Pacific Island teams and then get knocked out by the one of a New Zealand team? Is that how this competition works? It's not ideal. Chat, please go look up the Stade de Hexagon on Google after this game. It's quite possibly the most popular stadium I've ever seen. Here's the issue, chat. When you load up Google Earth and Google Maps, it loves to show where you live when you access it. even in incognito. Don't really want to dox myself on stream. But feel free in your own time. Open a second tab now, get it on your phone, go have a look at it and imagine it. Yeah, I'm sorry, chat, I can't really do away days. How has that got... Are we the baddies? Are we the baddies? I'm good, thank you, Henrique. I am good. VPN question mark. Okay. If I turn on a VPN while I'm streaming, what do you think is going to happen for a second? Stream goes down. It's going to be a problem. GeoGuessr Gemma's just gifted another 10 YouTube channel memberships. What is going on? Thank you very much, Mysterious Stranger, for being incredibly generous today. If you did get gifted a sub, say a big old thank you. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You've gifted 25 YouTube channel memberships, which we appreciate massively. What have I got that I can play that won't get copyright struck? Should we go for a little Mark Viduka? We'll go for a little. We love Mark Viduka. Is that loud? It's quite quiet in my ears, so it might be subtle in the background. Sounds like a game with GeoGuessr as a thank you would be apt. See, I would love to do... Chat, maybe tomorrow we will do some GeoGuessr. I'm not going to do it today just because I'm only going to be streaming for about another hour and I want to get through as much of the Champo as we can. Today, I want to lock in, get some Football Manager played because I've got to go and edit tomorrow's Park to Prem. I think we're the baddies. The question is, at what point do we instant result? Couldn't you just Google images of the same instead? Copyright, my friend. Especially YouTube. YouTube's copyright is on it. And I don't really want to get my YouTube channel flagged or tagged for stuff. The risk of me getting flagged for showing images of the stadium is basically zero. Is it really worth the risk? Are we going for net 6 and chill? Is that the rule, chat? If we net 6, we chill. We're winning every loose ball, it feels like. I mean, we're just playing out narrow 4-2-2. But with our wide players being good in the air, the back post crosses to the mismatch of like fullbacks is just quite strong, it feels like. To be fair, we've scored 4 from an XG of 1.39, so have we just been clinical? Right. I mean, this is the host nation team, and we're bullying them in their own stadium. I think we are the baddies. The worst thing about this Oceanic Champions League, Chase, I assume that most of the games are going to be like this. The one game that is going to matter is Christchurch, the other New Zealand team. Because I think we're the only 2 New Zealand teams in it. I think there might be 1 or 2 other teams. Is it Fiji that's had some winners in the past? Or am I thinking of the Oceanic Women's Champions League where Fiji have had the odd winner? Like, I think there's 1 or 2 teams I do need to be worried about. I don't know who those teams are. So if anyone has done this save game before and can give me the intel, I do need it. Asenzo. Right, we're queuing up. We're queuing up. Look how many players are in the middle. Their defence has stopped trying. Their defence has stopped trying. How did I deal with release clauses when managing in Gibraltar? I never agreed to sign a player with a release clause, is the answer. In that kind of save game, I think you're just better off never signing a player with a release clause. Try and negotiate it out before you sign the player, and if they won't remove it, don't sign them. Because the headache of replacing a player unexpectedly is a lot worse than the headache of trying to find that player when you know that you're searching for the right player. A couple of TET teams have won it. No, Lloydie's the local expert. Lloydie, on TripAdvisor, are you like the local expert? Is that what it's called, chat? What's it called? Is it local tour guide? There's a thing on TripAdvisor where if you're like the nerd who like puts in all the deets. Not that Lloydie's a nerd, just to be clear, chat. You know, just to get that out right away. Right, you know what? Let's rotate things. Confidence building. We've got another game in 3 days. in this competition. So actually, managing the squad minutes probably isn't the worst idea in the world. Oh, so we scored 4 in like 20 minutes, and then we've just given up. I feel like that is a thing in Football Manager, right? That your players just stop trying. What are we doing? Come on. Come on. To be fair, they are trying to play the same system as us. It's the 4-2-4 v the 4-2-4. I don't want to catch... Okay, this might be really risky. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. What is the next Champions League to do after this? Okay, this is a very dangerous subject, but I think we do have to at least talk about it. If it doesn't happen this year, right, if we don't win this competition this year, we're bad. I'm terrified of when we have to play Christchurch, because I assume we will play them at some point over 2 legs. I wonder if we do... Part of me wonders if we should do Asia next, but then part of me wonders if North America isn't actually the worst idea. My thinking basically with Asia is Japan might be the best chance for a top Chinese team. I don't think I can get a top team in those countries with Oceanic Champions League win. But if I could somehow get an MLS job or a Canadian Premier League... It might not be I can get an MLS job. If I could get like a Canadian Premier League job, it's a very small league with not a load of teams in it. That could then act as a way into America. I feel like I won't be able to get a top job in Africa after this, I'll be honest. Like in Egypt or Morocco. I think that's going to be difficult. What about Saudi for Asia? I've not got Saudi loaded. I managed in Saudi Arabia last year in FM. And they because it's not an officially supported league, the AI of the team buildings when you add it as a playable league just isn't very good. I'll tell you what, imagine if after this competition chat we just bottle it against some random like country team from Tahiti or something. It's not going to be great. I mean, South Africa is the other option, but because Egypt is now in the game and Morocco we've got added as a playable league, I don't think it's as easy to win the African Champions League with a South African team as it would be normally in the base game. I feel like South Korea is one of the, like, it's very hard. I feel maybe if you're a top South Korean team, but I feel like it's that same issue as like Japan or a top Chinese team where like you're probably having to slog it out and work your way up. My hope would be if I could get an MLS job, I can also win the Champions League with that team. Whereas I feel like if I was to go to Africa or Asia now, wherever I go is going to be a club that I probably have to move on for another team in that region. The SCO, dude, thank you for the tier 1. 2 months. The alerts are broken. I'll just play some Julian Brandt. Yeah. Oh, what a sound. If only my voice box still had that range on it, eh? Okay, chat. Next game in the Champo. We're taking on Viala Tongan of the American Samoa. They've got 2 players with faces here. They've got Petu Puli. Can we discuss the fact that someone added these faces to the face pack? Like, that is dedication, isn't it? And there's also Hengi Ikuvalu. I promise you that's his name. I hope I've said it correctly. I definitely haven't. Hengi Ikuvalu. Great name. If you had a wonder kid with that name, there's some great chance you'd come up with. How long ago was the Julian Brandt moment? Like 3 years, chat. We're holding on to our past. I'm an old washed man at this point. I don't know, chat. Where would we go? There's quite a few players with faces and a few of the regen faces too. Geogusa Gemma's just gifted another 5 YouTube channel memberships. What are you doing, mysterious stranger? Please just wave or something in the chat. You don't have to write an actual sentence. I just want you to know. I need to know you're real. What a mental sentence. Thank you so much, though. It's very kind of you. Right. Oh, is it just me or is the lighting very nice for this match? It's a bit of sunset lighting. It's got a bit of a pissy tint to it, like a Mexican movie. What's that filter that all the movies have whenever they're in Mexico or in the desert? Do you know the one? It's like a sepia colour. There's a bit of that going on here. Oh, my word. We're playing total football, by the way. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. It's sensational. The shot's got over. Pain. They lost 1-0 to the Solomon Warriors. So this team lost 1-0 in their opening game of the group stage, chat. I'm glad some of you are paying attention to what's happening in our save. Vidaria Sane! This is what he dreamed of. He dreamed of coming to New Caledonia and playing in the Oceanic Champions League. By the way, chat, all the games we're playing are being held in the same New Caledonian stadium. I don't know if that's how it works in the Pacific Oceanic Champions League. I guess maybe it does. I still remember the Brommer save, my first Twitch save I watched. Oh, Brommer Poikina. Chat, what World Cup was it? It was the World Cup, right? Not the Euros, where Ericsson had his medical episode on the pitch. Or was it the Euros? Because that was when I was doing the Brommer Poikina save. That's how I remember that save game, because I was streaming when that happened, which is a bit of a weird experience. That was the Euros in 2020. Chat, that's like 6 years ago. Oh, but it was in 2021, wasn't it? So it's only 5 years ago. Chat, it's half a decade ago. Half a decade ago. Anyone else having a crisis? God, we're old. Anyone who's been watching for more than a year, like, you are a dinosaur in my eyes. But if you've been watching half a decade, you're one of the real OGs. Oh, it's a pen. It's a pen. They've given us that. We love that. Right. Vidaria. Score again. He's just pen anchored it. When that goes in, I love it. When it gets missed, triggering. Triggering. Leon Live got me into FM. Oh, see, I don't know anyone else. I sometimes associate Football Manager saves with what I was doing at the time. Leon Live, I remember happening as the Division 2 came out. Like, the Division 2 was my game when I was playing Leon Live. That's kind of how I remember the two together. Does anyone else have that? Where it might not be a YouTube series, but just parts of your life you associate with the games you were playing at the time. Hey, the Dutch FM, dude, thank you so much for the raid. How are we? Welcome to Oceania, where we are massive and we are bullying all the poor Pacific Islands because we're the baddies. Oh, dude, I appreciate the sub. How are we? Yeah, we're in a small part of the world, but we've got Kojo Evora, Sidi Sane. Chat, my team is more European than Pacific at this point, I realise. We've just got in a load of imports. I've been watching since the original Apex save in FM16. Oh, bloody hell. There's some people who will remember my very first YouTube save, and respect to them. If they know it, respect to them. Are any of them here now to prove their knowledge? If you get it wrong, you will be judged forever for not knowing the original save. Okay, we're 4-0 up. This team won. No, did you say they would or lost their opening game 1-0? Monday is the Netherlands Content Creators Network save. I did not even know that was a thing. That sounds fun. How many of you guys are involved in it? And also, how are network games? I assume you aren't playing them in FM26. I've heard horror stories. Is it as bad as the people say? We're 5 now. 5 is doable. Yeah, I don't know what the critical threshold is. I can't imagine Zealand's excited to do the league on FM26 with 20 people. Right. Codrovora probably should keep that down. We stopped the public network save with about 10 plus people. Was that because it took too long? Or because the stability went out the window? I just remembered, chat, I can't hear the match sounds, neither can YouTube. But if you're on Twitch, you do get the match sounds, don't you? I went back to FM24 a few weeks ago for a draft mode thing. Some of you guys watched it because we streamed it. I didn't realise how much the match engine looks that nicer now. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect by any means. The actual visual improvements are mad. Their goalie does not know how to catch a ball. I don't mean to be rude. He don't know how to catch a ball. Also, why am I drinking loudly? Apologies. Gotta get my hydration in, chat. Now, the thing I don't know about the Oceanic Champions League is, when do the knockouts happen? Because we're playing all the league games back-to-back in a week. And we've got league games scheduled. I have to assume we go home for a bit. What is their keeper doing? How have we missed that? That is not good. That was the start of FM, so mostly stability. Don't know how it is after the updates. Maybe it's better for more people on a network game. Hosted a tournament with the EKMVB last year. Wanted to do that game, but it's not possible. Yeah, it is a shame. My dream for Football Manager is, chat, like, we get draft mode in their current form, but they also try and do some kind of multiplayer game mode where, like, you could just do it on stream and be like, hey, 16 people join, let's do a tournament on stream. And it actually just worked. Whether or not that is at all realistic, I don't know. I feel like it has to be without the drafting as well. I enjoy drafting. If you're getting in a load of randoms or people only have, like, you know, an hour and a half free, it's just not possible. Christchurch having it as easy as we are. We will check after this game. Has anyone noticed there's lots of whimsy in the match engine? We need multiplayer in the World Cup mode. I mean, I don't think Football Manager is doing a World Cup mode. I mean, maybe they are. My understanding is they're just adding in international management with all the World Cup stuff. But I must admit, I do hope that they do have some kind of start date for the World Cup, where it starts, you know, with the squads being announced. You can pick your squad and instantly start a World Cup campaign. Like, if they're the fully licensed World Cup, I have to play for a whole season or do some weird funky thing where I kind of have, you know, some random league loaded that has a start time near the beginning of the World Cup. It'd be a bit annoying, wouldn't it? Shout out Jack and Quinn Hughes. And then Marky Mark's happy about the hockey. Who watched the hockey, by the way? I didn't really tweet out about it, but you guys know I love my ice hockey anyway. The gold medal game was very good entertainment. I feel like if you've never watched ice hockey before and you just tuned into that, you'd be like, oh, this is pretty fun. I'm a bit sad about the overtime rules with the 3v3. I feel like it's a bit anticlimactic. I'd rather have playoff hockey, 5v5, next goal wins. Let's keep it going forever. I feel like the long break for an intermission for what ended up being 90 seconds was a bit anticlimactic. But yeah, if you've never watched ice hockey before, I'd be curious to know what your thoughts were watching it. It was a really entertaining game. I think Canada, like, I mean, how did Nathan... I don't think people who don't watch hockey realise the significance of that Nathan McKinnon miss. I cannot believe it. Like, if you watched the game, you probably assume that Nathan McKinnon is like one of the fringe players who's not very good. And like the miss. Oh, the miss. I feel like he's going to be thinking about that forever. Like, it was bad, wasn't it? Oh, I've messed up the player swapping here because I'm not clever. Let me sort it out quickly. Did I watch the men's GB curling final? We don't talk about that, but yes, I did. Yeah, the Hellebuck save was mad as well. First ice hockey game was good. USA keeper enjoys big matches. Yeah, I mean, Connor Hellebuck is a monster. Hey, see you later, Dutch FM dude. Really appreciate the raid. But yeah, it was if you've never watched ice hockey before, I feel like you watch him and like, this is cool. Hughes' teeth, though, I don't know if anyone saw. You might have seen the pictures of Hughes' teeth, the guy who scored the winning goal. He got a high stick in the game and it knocked out like his, like, crack. Didn't even knock out his teeth. His teeth were smashed up at the front. So in all the pictures from this game where he was the MVP, scored the winning goal, his teeth are just fucked. Hockey players are mental, like genuinely. Like some of them just don't have teeth anymore, and it's wild. I don't get the hate. I enjoyed international management in FM24. What was the community's issues? The international management was not good in FM. It's tedious to get between the games. You can't set up like training camps. Like, there's so much that I'd improve with international management. Like, I feel like the whole process of selecting a squad for an international tournament could be ramped up. Like, the press conferences as an international manager, I think, should have as much bearing on matches as team talks do. Like, I feel like you should really feel that significance where if you're, managing your home nation at a World Cup, you feel that pressure from the media and what you say has a tangible effect. If you're the England manager going to a World Cup and you crash out early, like, you should feel the heat for messing up. Like, the training would be great. I'd set up a thing where you can, like, pick your training camp. Like, you can pick how many people are in your preliminary squad. You could go for like a large squad of 30 before the tournament and cut it down, or you could go with a smaller core of players, but the gelling will be better between those players. But if a player in that squad gets injured, you're going to have a lot more limited options. I'd like, decision-making like that. How many matches should you play pre-tournament? Do you want to prioritise match sharpness or actually just training the players? Like, it's just so basic international management in its current form. Did I try with football? Yeah, we did a YouTube save on it with London City Lionesses. I did it the whole season in one video. Played a little bit of it. I enjoyed it a lot, but there was a few bugs at launch which just made it a bit unplayable. Just came in from watching your Apex Building a Nation recaps. Woohoo! That's the one view on those videos for the month. Hope you enjoyed them, though, Blefferbox. It's a shame that the stream recap videos just don't perform as well on YouTube. But it is what it is. Right, chat, we're through to the next round. Along with the Solomon Warriors, who won both of their games. Oh, chat, there's a dog. Hello, Milo. Hello, buddy. Hi, how are you? Right, do you want to say hello to the people? Do you want to say hello? Right, no, don't leave me. Don't leave me. He just left the room. He came in, chat, and he just left. Milo! You know what he's got at the moment, chat? I know exactly what he's gone to do. We got him some chews and stuff online, and there was a deal where if you spent over a certain amount, they gave you a bonus chew. They gave you an ostrich bone. Should I go get it? Do you want to see? Have you ever seen an ostrich bone before? I didn't realise it was a thing. He might bring it in if he's gone to get it, if he wants to come back. Or he might just go to the bed. Let me go get this, because I did not know this was a thing and it's mental. Give me a mo. Hello. Oh. Hello, where are you? I don't know where the dog's gone. I think he's just gone out to eat. Chat, this is an ostrich bone. Like, apologies to people who get grossed out by bone stuff. It's really light, which I guess makes sense because ostriches run quick. And it's got like a honeycomb texture, so it doesn't splinter. So it's good for dogs, apparently. So there you go. If you ever wondered what an ostrich bone looked like, this is his favourite chew at the moment. It's massive. It is as big as him, I will admit. Like, I can't express how light it is. Like, it's crazy. GeoGuessr Gems just gifted another 10 subs over on YouTube. Thank you very much for that. That is very kind of you. There you go, chat. There's content for it. That's an ostrich bone. If I put it in here, he might come look for it. You should try it on the stream. I don't think I will. I think he's gone out to the toilet, chat. I think the wife's taking him out to go do his biz, which is why he came in here. Christchurch, by the way, won 16-2. So I have a feeling we're going to play them in the final. I think that's how this is going to go down. What does it taste like? I've not licked his bone, funnily enough, chat. Oh, hello, Milo. Hi, oh, you're back now. Where did you go? Were you hiding from me? I thought you went out to pee. Hi. Hi, no waiting. Bees. Ah! I've got a dog. Hi. It's okay. It's okay. Sit. Good boy. Sit. It's okay. If I wheel back, you'll be happier, won't you? You don't like sitting by the desk. There you go. Oh, we got a dog chat. Hey, buddy. How are you today? I was just showing them your ostrich bone. You're a big fan of that. Are you looking for it? Do my hands smell of it? No? Okay. How are you anyway, mate? You good? Yeah? Oh, he's loving it. Milo, what does ostrich bone taste like? Can you give us a breakdown? You're just happy to be here, mate, aren't you? You're very shaggy. You need a trim. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What's over there? There's nothing over there, mate. I don't know what you're looking at. How are you? You okay? What do you think of Christchurch in New Zealand? You're not a fan of them. You okay? You're tired. He's quite a chill dog. Oh, you want to go? You want to go? No, you're happy again here now. Right, can I do need to stream. I do need to... You just... Okay, I'll put you down. I'll put you down, buddy. It's okay. Down you go. Off you go. See you later, bud. Are you leaving? Yeah, bye. There you go, chat. Milo content for the day. There is your doggo stream content. Like, comment, subscribe. He is a good boy. Right, I think Christchurch are going to be the team to fear. Do I just play a fully rotated team now that I know we're through? In the Champions League? I wonder if that's the play. If I was to finish second in my group, do you reckon I'd play Christchurch sooner? I don't know how the seeding works. My head says we should probably just play to finish as high as possible, and that probably is the best idea. When does my bargain hunt come out? I don't know yet. Months away. They'll tell me a few weeks before when it's happening. Funny, first time I saw you online in a while, probably just me, and it was just today I was explaining to someone why Barry was evil. We all hate Barry. I still hate Barry. David. Chat, why are we scouting this guy? I say why. I know why. Why is our head-to-head against Christchurch? Someone asked a great question. Can I even... Is there an easy way for me to see our head-to-head? I think we've only played them once while I was in charge. We lost 1-0, chat. I lost 1-0 to them last time I played them. Previous meetings. That scares me a little bit. I think our team is better than it was last year, but that's still a bit scary. I'm going to go full strength for this game. I think, you know, secure top seeding is a good idea. This team won their first two games like we did. Not by the same margin we did, but they did win them both. So I think we've got to show them some respect. Also, they've got a lot more players with faces. Why is it the weird colour filter? Is it just me or are these trees ridiculously highly detailed? Not these ones on the far side, the palm trees. Who was the right back from Rugby Town? Ricky D. He's my favourite part of the player of all time. Just had a Cliff Garcia. I miss Cliff Garcia. Ricky D, to be fair, is a legend of the game, isn't he? What is this save? We are doing the Hexagon challenge. So we're trying to win the 6 Champions Leagues of the world, starting unemployed with no coaching badges. So we started unemployed. We actually went to China in our first year and won the 2nd division of China. I then resigned after they paid for my coaching badges, and we ended up coming to New Zealand, where we came to Auckland FC, who are a team... Oh, sorry, Auckland City. Not Auckland, that's a different team. We came to Auckland City, who had failed to qualify for the Champions League for the first time in years. Last year, we re-qualified for it, and now this is us in the group stage of that competition. Stephen Gold for me. Oh, chat, I miss Stephen Gold. I'll miss so many players from past save games. Someone once asked me to like make my best ever 11, right, of players from all my different save games. I've been doing this for 12 years now. Like, I literally don't... I could probably make, like, 6 best 11s, and it wouldn't quite qualify everyone. Like, I feel like no matter who I pick, I'd upset people. I don't think I could do it. I did it 5 years into YouTube, and it was fine, but I actually feel like if I was to pick players, I'd probably pick a lot of players from series people haven't watched. And they're series where the content is so old now, it's over 10 years old, that it's just not very high quality or good. And I wouldn't wish it upon my enemy to watch it back. Like, I even look back at some of the old Town Law Town videos. We didn't used to edit the YouTube videos during the Town Law Town era, chat. I'd hit start, record the match, and then we were done. Whereas now everything's a bit more polished and refined. That is shocking. That is shocking keeping by Mango. They literally could have put a Mango in goal and it might have had a better chance of stopping it. That is a mad, mad strike, isn't it? Sidi Sane spanks it near post. It's not good by the keeper. It's just not. Still have my Town or Town shirt. I love that Chaos Blade. I love that. I still have my Town or Town shirt, but mine's framed. I framed it. Rather than wearing it, it's in a frame in our kitchen on the wall. I just feel like it's like quite a fun conversation starter when people come around. It's like, what's this kit? Why does it say work the space on it? Obviously, most of the people who come to our house know that I do YouTube and stuff. But it is very cool. In fact, it's a bit like these shirts here that I have, the Football Manager ones. Which have these Football Manager shirts have the number for the year on the back. Like this one here, it's the only time they ever did the personalised shirts for influencers. If anyone from Football Manager's watching, they love the personalised shirts. 2021. Even that shirt's 5 years old now, which is mad. Polished and refined as he stays up till 2 a.m. to edit a video again. I mean, that will be me tonight. It is true. I don't know if it is... Chat, is it noticeable, the editing on the daily YouTube videos? I never really get comments about it, but I do genuinely feel like the day... This might be really egotistical, and I feel like it's very difficult to do what I do unless you're doing YouTube full time. I genuinely think in terms of Football Manager content creation, of the kind of content I do, like the Let's Plays, like the editing on my videos is the best out there. I think in terms of transitions, just little zoomy bits here and there, but nothing too over the top, just to show bits of the UI a bit more. And like, considering I'm putting out a video every day that's half an hour long, I'd say an average. I mean, the average length might be longer than half an hour in all honesty, but like doing that daily for videos is like pretty fucking impressive. I'm going to toot my own horn. I feel like sometimes people mistake tooting your own horn with just being a bit of a big-headed wanker. And maybe I'm a bit of a big-headed wanker, but I genuinely believe that. Like, I really have tried to elevate my content and kind of push it to a better level. And I really feel like it shows. It's not easy. Like, I've got better at it in terms of refining the speed of like editing, and I have presets and stuff that make it easier. But it is basically doing like a podcast every day that's like highly edited. It's kind of how I view it. There might be an FM creator with 51 subscribers who you haven't seen yet but does world-class editing. That is also true. I mean, I'm talking in terms of doing it daily as well. Which I think is a whole... Like, I could probably do a very different style of editing that would be better if I wasn't confined to the need to get the video out every weekday. Like, in an ideal world, chat, I would have longer than 2 hours daily to edit a video. But like, if I showed you the timelines of the transfer specials, for example, like, there is a lot of like bits that make up in a video in terms of the editing. Like, I watch some of my old videos now and I kind of cringe. It's like, I've tried to TikTokify my videos, but without making them TikToky. And what I basically mean by that is that there's some snappy transitions and movement stuff in there. And, like, that's a mad goal. Fair enough, Ben Fox. That's such a good fish. I've lost my trail of thought, chaps. I'll just look at you guys. Was talking to my wife about the quality of some YouTube videos last night. Said I'm baffled about how a couple of channels we watch have 6 people in production, not game recorded, but still not movie difficulty, and yet you are with awesome editing and awesome videos daily. Where the other channels are only 2 to 3 videos a week. Oh, stop it, you. Like, if I had like a production pipeline chat, I would do stuff bigger and better. I would do like cool 3D bits and bobs with like the free cam and stuff. I just don't have the time for that. Oh, we're talking about the TikTokification, right? I'd say I've TikTokified my videos. Basically, I've tried to keep them snappier and moving a bit better tempo. I hope it doesn't feel like you're watching a short when you watch them. But I watched some of my old videos, and because I would have notes sometimes of what I was going to say, but I just kind of said it all at my own pace. And it could get a bit yappy. Whereas now, when I'm recording, there's quite deliberate pauses where I'm like, right, we're going to move subjects here from one thing to the next, and we'll put a transition in and just keep the tempo up. Whereas before, it was kind of all just an off the dome. The SCO! Sorry, the gifted sub sound effects are broken at the moment, so let me fix it for you with a... Let's go with the FA Cup song for this. 10 gifted, thank you very much!
Cup. The FA Cup, sponsored by Emirates. The FA Cup.
Did you know that song got played on Radio 5 Live? I tweeted out a clip of it. There was a news article that came out about the fact that they're looking to make an FA Cup theme tune, which is something I did as a meme years ago. And so I tweeted out about it. He's just put on a tracksuit on the pitch. Did you see that? So I tweeted out about my theme tune and Radio 5 Live played it. Does that make me, chat, a radio music star? Did they get my permission to use it? They fucking didn't. I should DMCA them. I should DMCA them. Can I DMCA? Look, if Trump's suing the BBC, I think I can too. The optics might not be great. Does anyone know Clate's created a club this year in FM? You can create clubs using the pre-game editor, chat. There's just no create a club mode. Radio Star is a bit of a push, Jack. Okay, chat, how do I phrase it to be technically true? My singing was played on BBC Radio. Oh, chat, the cup draws happened in the Champo. Champions League draws Auckland against Hikari United. Not going to pretend I know where they are from. Oh, Papua New Guinea. Jerry Allen is their manager. Me and Jerry are good friends. We went to school together back in the day. They've actually got lots of players with faces. Solomon, right, okay, their players aren't necessarily very good, and they only scraped through their group. We should beat them. Is it 2 legs? It's 2 legs, oh no. And we have home advantage for the first leg. When is that game scheduled for? Oh, it's ages away. There's loads of games to play. I say loads, it's 5 games. It's actually not that many. Have they won it before? Have Hikari United won it before, chat? Am I showing disrespect here? Let me have a look. Oh, chat, we can't underestimate them. Cannot underestimate them. Ask Jack to sing Golden. I actually don't know the words to it, chat. Recently, I sat down and watched K-pop Demon Hunters for the first time in my life with the wife. And the songs are quite catchy, but I don't know the tunes or the lyrics yet. All right, mate, playing the game for the first time today. I mean, it's defo clunky and very clicky to get where I want, but it's not too bad. So this is just pointless now trying to figure out who is good or bad. Tactics fun, enjoying it, I guess. I think that's where I felt after the first day, Smogfather. I'm interested to know when you play it for a bit longer if it grows on you or if it like grates on you, because I think that's kind of how it goes. You're behind in the league now, but I've played less games. Oh, chat, that's actually a great point. Have you seen the league, chat? We've only played 2 games. Everyone else has played 5. All because we spent 1 weekend away. My daughters love K-pop Demon Hunters. I know the songs off by heart. It's on that much. I feel like every era has every era of children has a film that catches the imagination of kids, and so the parents are exposed to all the songs. I don't know if this is the next era on from Frozen, because I feel like it's maybe a bit of an overlap there, because I think K-pop Demon Hunters appeals to a slightly older demographic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a bit of both. Also, because we've been resting up the players, I can just play the full strength team. The issue is I've not been rotating the team, so the general match sharpness is in the bin. Manukau United, by the way, chat, banging badge. Some of these badges are quality. They are currently in 11th. We have more points than we've played 2 games. They've played 5. Let's not rotate the team. Hey Jack, big fan from Singapore. Would I consider a Singaporean building a nation? Oh, Wok would love that. Let me tell you now, Wok would love that. Probably not, but never say never. I was in Singapore last Chinese New Year. Very fun country. Big fan. Right. Let's take on... Oh, chat. Is this a kit clash? It's kind of... Is it fine? Can we get away with this? Should we go 2D for a game? I missed a sub. MLSA, I'm so sorry. The subs are broken today. Let me play the G song as an apology. Thank you for the gifted. Not gifted, just a regular sub. Sorry, I'm all over the shop today. What's new? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'm all over the place, chat. Where am I? It's too late. It's 20 past 11. Allow it. Should we go to 2D? Chat. I used 2D for the first time recently in a video. I don't like the fact that 2D has a ball that spins and stuff, and the ball is 3D. Does anyone else feel like it's a bit much? The ball rolling on the pitch, I feel like I'm watching Sabutio. Which maybe that's not a bad thing, to be fair. Where's Wok from? She can out herself if she wants to. She kind of already has, hasn't she? Let's be honest. There's lots of clues over the course of the many months of content. That chaos is exactly why I'm subbed. Yeah, I'm glad that the repeated subs know what they're here for. If you're here for high quality production, I'm really sorry. It's one man with a dodgy internet downstairs and a dog that likes to chew cables. I don't know how to... Why does the 2D not look like this 2D? Is it just me, or does the... Maybe I'm wrong here. Let me turn that. Does the 2D here not look better with a 2D? It's a bit weird. Why do they not have the 3D ball on this one? The fact there's no consistency between the two is odd. Popped in to say thank you to the SCO for the gifted sub. Carlos D. Slayer. Are you a Dragon Slayer or a Demon Slayer? And do you sing K-pop? There's many questions I'm asking, which if you've just come into the stream, you're just like, what is happening? Oh, Siddy, Sane, what is crack-a-lacking? Finally, we have a breakthrough. The 2D looks like it's 3D from the world above. Yeah, it is weird. I don't like it. Maybe I'm a boomer here. I don't like the new 2D. I feel like it's the 3D ball, the dots feel a bit big. I don't like it. I think it's woke. Is that correct usage of woke? I don't know. It's just a bit woke, innit? Right, corner. Videra, bang it. Someone bang it. Bang! I don't like it. It's making me uncomfy. Have I been on the Immersive? I've not played Immersive lately, actually, chat. I think I'm like a month clean. A month clean. Why do I sound like an addict? I was claiming all the free stuff during the Chinese New Year event, and then it stopped being free and I was sad. Hey, Carlos, take it easy, dude. Does Woxmate still have 9 towel types? I love the fact people remember the towel story. What does your friend... I think I can say their name, because does Tat still have 9 towels? If you don't know the story, I don't even know if I can really tell the story as well as I did last year when it happened. It's a great reference, Chucky. It's a great reference. For people who don't know, chat, we went and visited one of Wok's friends last year, and she comes from a different world to I. Like, she is different levels of wealthy. Like, I don't know rich posh people. I'm a working class boy from the Midlands. So we go abroad, we go to Asia for Chinese New Year, and we're visiting a very, very wealthy friend's house, and there is single-use towels in the bathroom with, like, candles that are just left on during the day. Like, just at all times, even when no one's in there. I've talked about it before, that it was the most mental thing ever. Like, the toilet was massive. It had, like, ambient music playing in the background. The window was open in the toilet, so you could hear the fountain in the courtyard trickling water, which, I'll be honest, it did help nature cool. So maybe I should get a fountain outside the bathroom window in England. But Wok's friend had 9 single-use... Like, she gets through 9 towels a day, does Wok's friend. She uses towels single-use in the house. Goes to the toilet, washes hands. That towel's in the wash. It was a different world. I've talked about it before. We arrived at the house. I see the wife taking off her shoes before we get, like, up the stairs outside the house. We're greeted by one of the helpers of the house. Yes, the house had helpers, chat. This is not a world I'm familiar with. They very kindly, right, give us these single-use slippers to wear around the house as, like, home shoes. The issue is, I'm going to Wok's friend, who I don't think they normally have guests with, like, size 12 feet arrive. So I'm wearing these, like, single, like, use slipper things that are in plastic wrapping. I put them on. It's like when you get at a hotel, I guess. I'm putting them on and my heel is hanging off the back. And we walk in this front door, these 2 massive doors open. It's this pristine marble floor. It's very hot and sticky in the climate we're in. And I'm walking across the floor and I can feel my heel sticking to the floor as I walk. I turn around and there's just sweaty heel prints on this pristine marble floor from where so then I'm starting to tiptoe around with my weight on the front of my feet. So I'm not leaving sweaty heel marks everywhere I go. But yes, Wok's friend used... That's a mad finish, by the way. I'm not even acknowledged that. Wok's friend uses 9 towels a day. Like... It's crazy. Chat, I can't explain. I've never felt so out of place in my life. We went to the wine room. There's just a room with wine on the wall. I'm just sat there going, oh, this wine's great. Get handed in. It's like, should we open a 3rd bottle? Go on then, let's have another wine. I mean, that's what I think of it. I'm going, yeah. Is that... I'm that sat thinking, is it... Chat, they've scored another. Do I need to worry? I don't even know. I'm sat there. We're in the wine room. And I'm sat there. Is it white wine or red wine where you're meant to heat it up and the other way you're not meant to? I couldn't remember. So I'm there going, yeah, this one's good. We leave the house. Wok turns to me and just goes, do you know how much the wine we just downed is? I'm like, no idea. She told me the number. I'm not going to say the number. Chat, the number is more than out my rent per bottle. Like, my monthly rent in London was cheaper than the wine we consumed. I couldn't taste that much of a difference, to be honest. You could have got me a Chilean Merlot from Sainsbury's for £4. I probably wouldn't have known. Like, genuine insanity. I mean, I loved it. I felt very classy, but at the same time, I was just like, yeah, this isn't for me. Wok's friend. I'm not saying too much, am I here, Wok? She can't really be identified. I think it's fine. Wok's friend had an art room. She's recently got into art. Some of the art pieces, mental. Mental in terms of they look nice, but we're talking so much money on stuff. I'm start thinking this is like a deposit on a house, and instead it's just like 3 bits of art in a room. Like I kind of enjoyed the absurdity of it, and I was like, this is mental. This is mental. I couldn't compute. Also, what's going on with the camera here? We are winning 4-2, by the way. I got so engrossed in the story, I've kind of forgot what's going on, so apologies. How many washing machines was there in the house, Wok, if you're still here? There were quite a few people who live in the house, chat, to be clear, but yeah, Wok's friend used a new towel every single time they used a towel. I think there was like 8 washing machines, chat. Like they have cooks in the house all year round. Like I sat down in the wine room and freshly cut fruit was brought in. And she, like, to get Wok's friend, a lovely, like, fairly down to earth, very good laugh. I don't think she appreciated how mental it was for me, this whole thing that she just thought was completely normal. She's like, yeah, I got the chefs to cut us up some fruit. I'm thinking, what's happening? Help me. Also, we've scored another. What do they do with towels once they're done with them? I think they wash the towels, chat. I said single use. What I mean is they use them once, then they have to be washed. You know, like if you go into like a very, very fancy hotel, of which I've only ever done this once, but they have like the basket of towels. Then when you're done, you put it in the bit under the sink. It's a bit like that, but at home. Like a spa. Like it was a different lifestyle to my lifestyle. Let's put it that way. Chat, this has been the most mental game ever. I'm a bit sad it's in 2D because we've not really been able to appreciate the absurdity of these goals. It's 6-2. This was given as an own goal. Was it not going in? Oh, it's hit 2 defenders in. Okay. I feel a bit bad for their manager. Right, 6-2. That was good. We're chilling. We're up to 3rd, chat. We've played half as many games as everyone else. Well, praise Asenzo. I feel a bit bad for Tobias Asenzo in terms of we stole him away from the other Auckland club. And he's now more of a legend for them than he was for us. Like, sorry to Auckland United. The last 2 years, we've stolen their best players. To be fair, they are still top. Oh, yeah, chat. Wok's friend used to... This is mental, by the way. This is the same friend, and I love her. But she just, like, you know, I think when you're born surrounded by wealth, there's maybe a lack of context around how most people live, which is kind of understandable. She'd go to hotels, chat. She'd bring her own bed sheets with her. And her own bedding. She'd bring who brings their own sheets and bedding to a 5? It's like it's 5-star hotel she's staying at here. Just to be clear, like they're gonna have good bedding. But yeah, she takes her own bed sheets like on holiday with her into hotels. Like, I think respect. If you can do it, why not? But at the same time, like, this is mental. Like, I was sat thinking, can I go lay in the bed sheets and just see what they're like? Like, I don't want to share the bed with you. I just want to see it. Is it worth the hype? But I know if I get in that, she's going to have them washed. Like, they're getting washed immediately. I've touched them now. Unclean. Get them gone. I just remembered, by the way, we have Polina, who is actually, like... one of our best wingers. He's not registered for the continental competition. I forgot we can use him. Is it a cultural thing? What is it normal for people of your nationality to take their own bed sheets? I think she is like a germaphobe, chat, like to kind of an extreme degree. As much as I'm like joking, I'm sure there is like a degree of like, is it germophobia? Is that the thing? But like, I don't think it's cultural or normal. Wait, what? I don't think I know. When you say single-use bed sheets, are you telling me she washes her bedding every day? Is that what you're implying there? I didn't know that bit about your mate. Why do we not wash our bedding every day then? There's nothing better than fresh bedding, is there? Imagine having that every day. Oh, I would love it. Can we do that? Can we... Trick if I ask the wife nicely, we can wash the bed sheets every day. They don't dry in England, though. That's the issue. You wash your clothes or bed sheets at the moment in England, hang them up for 3 days. Good luck. They might be dry. Chat, give me the rundown here. The helper will change the sheets after she wakes up, wash it, iron it, and put the bedding on every day. What, ironed every day? They get ironed. I think I want to be a helper in this house. I mean, to be fair, you basically spend all your time just putting stuff in the washing machine from the sounds of it. Who irons their bed sheets? I don't think I've ever ironed my bed sheets in my life. To be fair, chat, if you basically had unlimited money, you'd probably live like this, don't you? Like, if you had someone who's just like, I can change your bed sheets for you every day, iron them, wash them, put them in, I'd be signing up for that service. Like, if hotels offered that, I'd be signing up for it. Also, we do have an injury to Kodjo Avora. I should probably take him off and be sensible. Why am I still in 2D? There is not a kit clash anymore. Ah! We scored! I missed it, sorry. It's like when TV programmes cut to an advert. To some extent, hotels do offer that. Are you telling me if I go to the Premier Inn and just go, can you wash the sheets again today, please? They'll do it. I might have to sign up for that. If we had five helpers. What? I don't know if you know the details of this. Can you explain how the 5 helpers work breaks down in the house? 5 helpers? 5, Jeremy? That's insane. Yeah, that is a Peep Show reference. Obviously, the quote isn't to do with helpers. Chat, do you reckon you can tell the difference between like £1,000 bed sheets and £30 from Amazon bed sheets? You must be able to. Does Walk's friend have a partner? She doesn't. What we should do? We should set her up with someone from Twitch, chat. What could go wrong there? I think this could be great. Who is single in the chat? That's a question to ask in a Football Manager stream. For the first, 7 years of me streaming this, I'd be a man up right now. Is anyone in this chat a multi-millionaire? Yeah, that is a good initial question, because that probably is going to be the first question that gets asked on the date. Do we have any multi-millionaires? If so, why have you not gifted more subs? Also, are you single? Do you want new bed sheets every day? How old is she? Great question, Lewis. I don't actually know the answer. So I don't know what I should say and what I shouldn't say. So I'll just let the wife chip in occasionally here. I'm a multi-billionaire in GTA. Right, that's something. They've just scored back. Oh, it's Auckland, chat. This is the derby. I should be locked in. I know that we're in the continental competition, so I'm kind of planning my escape. I should be locked in against our local rivals. The fans behind the dugout are going, talking about the bloody disposable towel story again. The best thing about this is, chat, Wok didn't really brief me on, like, what this person's house was like. Like, she gave me no pre-briefing to this. She was just like, yeah, we're going to go visit my friend. She's quite well-to-do. I'm thinking, okay, fair enough, you know. There's well-to-do, and then there's, like, multi-millionaire well-to-do, where we have 5 helpers in the house and, like, a chef. It was when I saw the marble staircase, and Wok turns to me and goes, yeah, so the former president of our country lives in that house down the road. I'm thinking, and we've just got an Uber here. I was losing my mind. You know what? You're probably right. I think Wok knew that I was going to get my mind blown, and so just did, like, really wanted to drop me in the deep end. It was very good fun. It was just a bizarre life experience, chat. Bizarre. I felt like I was in The Real Housewives, like going on the set. How was the freshly cut fruit? It was phenomenal. It was like actual fresh fruit that you could tell they'd got from the market that day. It was insane. Right, we're winning 2-1, chat. We're chilling. We're chilling. We need to lock in. We're playing local rivals. This was actually a really good ball in. Good to see Bevan score. I really should rotate the team more, and should have rotated it more before this game, so everyone was fit. Work the towels. Chat, I'm happy if my towels are washed like once a week. Like, even that's probably more often than it actually is. I think Milo's towel gets washed the most in our house, to be fair. Right. It's only 2-1. I've made 1 sub. I should be locked in more. I should really be locked in more. Is that Jack Rod? That can't be Jack Rodwell. Is Jack Rodwell still playing football? Does anyone know? It can't be. Oh, we've scored it. I need to check. I need to know if it's Jack Rodwell. No, oh, chat. It's Jalen. Fake news. They've got a North Korean striker. He's not played well today. We definitely deserve to be winning this game 3-1. Let's rotate things a little bit. Let's get you back in the team. I'm so sad it's not Jack Rodwell. I assume at this point Jack Rodwell has retired. But maybe he hasn't. The fact that I thought Jack Rodwell could be playing amateur football in New Zealand really says a lot. Rodwell's last club was Sydney in Australia. Has he retired now? He played for Sydney until last year. Did he actually? I had no idea. I assume that with like Jack Rodwell, when he was like making bank off Sunderland, like he must just be set for life. Like if he's invested that money semi-sensibly, right? Jack Rodwell's only 34. Stop, chap. Stop. Stop. Oh, he did retire though last summer. He's the kind of player, though, who, you know, I could see him getting snuck out of retirement to play somewhere. Bit George Weah style. You know, 20 years in the future in Football Manager, we'll be signing Jack Rodwell. I only realised recently that Juan Mata was still playing in the A-League. That blew my mind, too. Chat, we are 3rd in the league with 4 games played. What is happening? Okay, Cordrovor is out for 5 to 9 days. Bit annoying, but not disastrous. Okay, we got Bay Olympic, West Coast Rangers, then Birkenhead. Then it's into the Champo. There is like a 2-week break after this game here. Where are Bay Olympic? Okay, West Coast are in 2nd, Birkenhead are in 4th, Bay Olympic. I'm going to play a B team here. I think that's the most sensible thing. Hey, Cam, take it easy. Enjoy the VOD. Enjoy the VOD. You know what we're going to do here, chat? We're just going to rest our first 11, then hit quick pick. And the team that got picked here, this is the team that's going to play this next game. I'm actually looking through this team that's been picked. This team is legitimately like going to win this next game, I think. I'm pretty confident. Gignac is still playing in Mexico. Is he actually? I remember when he went to Mexico. Is it Club America he plays for? Or is it Club Leon? Gignac, a proper baller. Used to have some great cards in Ultimate Team back in the day. Oh, of course, Tigres. I don't know if that's I named 2 Mexican teams, but they weren't Tigres. The Tigres play in a yellow like Club America play in yellow? Is that where I got my wires crossed? There's not that many Mexican teams in Liga MX that play in yellow. This guy got... not this guy. Did anyone else find the news stuff annoying where it automatically scrolls as you go to click on something? I feel like there should be a setup where if you mouse over these things as they scroll, it stops scrolling so that it can't change before you click on it. Is that the stupidest idea ever, chat, or have I cucked? Right, the B team are playing this next game because I'm a man of the people. And also because I just want to rest some players, really. I was thinking, chat, earlier about players whose like entire careers I can remember. And there was 2 that came to mind. The first was Gerard Piqué, and the other was Chris Kirkland, which I know is a weird mix of kind of players. But like in the case of Piqué, I remember having him like in a sticker album when he played for Manchester United. And before that, I remember Sergio Ramos as well with my sticker album. Was Sergio... Which sticker album would Sergio Ramos have been? Was it a Euro one? I'm now trying to remember. It must have been like a Euro sticker book I remember Sergio Ramos in. But yeah, Chris Kirkland was the other weird one. Because I remember Chris Kirkland, during pre-season for Liverpool, playing his first ever senior game in a friendly against Boston United at York Street. I got nostalgic about it because I was talking with someone yesterday who was at Anfield for the Liverpool-Brighton game, and Chris Kirkland was the speaker in hospitality. And I'm sort of thinking, I remember watching him make his debut. Yeah, Shinji Kagawa's still playing in Japan, right? And James Rodriguez, hasn't Rodriguez, up until his most recent contract ending, like mutual... In fact, no, I think includes his most recent club that he left, because he's now playing for Minnesota. Hasn't he mutually terminated, like, his last 4 contracts after, like, less than a year? Like, James Rodriguez's middle name must be mutual termination. Like, he's on a run, I swear, of, like, 3 or 4 teams where he's just agreed with the club to leave early. Stephen McManaman is yours. Ben Foster is mine. Chat, who's the player who you remember being a young player who then retired? I feel like for different people it would just be like a random... For me, it's Chris Kirkland, which is incredibly random. I remember when he got his international cap and it was like a big news story because his dad had like... or his uncle or someone had placed a bet on their kid to play for England. Which World Cup was Rodriguez insane during? It was the one in Brazil. Met Kirkland and Neil Mellor in Liverpool Airport on a flight to Belfast. Knew Mellor but didn't recognise Kirkland. Asked Mellor for a picture and Kirkland asked if I wanted him to be in it. Oh no. JJ Okocha. Oh, what a player. What a player. Andre Schürrle. It's so sad how his career just tailed off. Wilfried Zaha. Joe Hart. That's a shout. Still 0-0 by the way. I put faith in the B team. This is how they're repaying me. Mark Sforza. For loads of people, it's goalkeepers. Is that like a coincidence? Is it because when a young goalkeeper makes their breakthrough, it's like often a much bigger deal? They kind of start playing regularly? Schwarzer played for years, though, didn't he, as well? Sherlin now climbs mountains shirtless. I don't even know the context of that, and I don't think I need to know the context of it. Like that on its own as a sentence is enough for me. I've just realised, chat, because of how I rotated the team, I don't even have the first team players on the bench to try and win this game for me. We'll turn to Windleburn, who's from our academy, and hope he can do a miracle. Owen Hargreaves. Oh, Hargreaves is so sad, innit? Like, some of the stories about during his career, like, not being able to sit down and, like, the injuries he had, like, are bad. Donnarumma's been a #1 goalie for 10 years. It's mad that Donnarumma's... How old is Donnarumma now? Is it 26, Donnarumma? Like, the reality is the bloke is probably less than halfway through his footballing career. Yeah, he's 26. Oh, he's only... Oh, it's his birthday in 2 days. Happy birthday, Gianluigi. I've not forgiven you for the Euros, but happy birthday. Just in case he watches the stream. Yeah, Jimmy Bullard was a baller. Can anyone remember when Makeda scored that goal for Manchester United? And if you know that goal, it's because I think it was like the only goal he ever scored for Manchester United. I remember that goal going in and Sky Sports being like, they found their next great striker, Manchester United. Didn't work out, did it? I wonder what Makeda's doing these days. Theo Walcott shows, that's another good shout. I saw him recently doing some punditry on TV and I was like, he looks old now. He looks old now. That was my feedback on Theo Walcott. I feel like for his entire career, he looked like 20. I think it's the facial hair he was rocking. Makeda still plays in Greece. No, he doesn't. I don't even know how old he would be. We failed to win there. Great clean sheet. Right. We rested up the players for a game. Mission accomplished. It did cost us the result, but I mean, we only have to finish top 4 in this current, like, part of the competition. Oh, we're chilling. I'll never forget the commentator going, Makeda! That was my impression. I've not watched the clip in about 20 years. Januzai's only 31. Stop. Stop. The fact that Makeda... So you're telling me Makeda... I don't know... Was it... Oh, is it... Is he a scout now? That's him, isn't it? That is him. Is it? Doesn't have him playing for Manchester United, so now I'm questioning if that's the right Makeda or not. Has it just forgotten his history? Or that looks like him. This doesn't have his history. He never played for Manchester United according to Football Manager. I wanted to see his stats. Oh, he made his debut against Manchester United against Villa. And he scored on his chat. The fact that Football Manager's bio mentions he scored on his debut, that's the goal I'm referring to. Like, don't get me wrong, there's so much I hate about Football Manager. The fact that the biography mentions that is quality. It is a bit annoying that then it doesn't show him playing as a player for Manchester United. But, you know, they can't do it all perfectly. They've tried. Sports Interactive. They've tried. Baffled Donnarumma's 26-4. He was mid-face. Yeah, it is mad. I feel really sorry for James Trafford in all of that because he's basically just the same generation as Donnarumma, isn't he? And he got kind of fucked when they picked up Donnarumma. That's staff history. I know, Lewis, but it also shows his playing career there. It's just mislabeled as staff history. Right. I need to bring in Polina again. He was quite good in that last game where I played him. What do I reckon they'll actually change for 27? What will they change for? I mean, honestly, this might be an unpopular opinion. I think instead of being really ambitious, trying to add loads of new stuff to this football manager, they should just fix what's already in the game. And when I say fix, I'm not even like talking about change the UI completely. Like, it needs polishing, it needs refinement, but I think it's salvageable. But I'm just talking, like, there's so much stuff that just doesn't work. Like the player history we just looked at there. The fact that temporary stadium moves don't show up. The fact you can't see if you're building a new stadium or expanding a stadium, like what like the planning stages are at. Like there's so much like little shit that's just broken. Like the best 11 news item is just gobbledygook. I think that for next year they should focus on getting this game feature parity with FM24. And what I mean by that is fix all the bugs. You're never going to fix them all, but fix as many of the bugs as you can. Getting cup draws, getting deadline day in a cool way. Add in create a club, draft mode. What else did they remove, chat? They said it was going to add back. There's something else, and I can't think what it was. I guess international management. I feel like there was another thing as well. And then on top of that, I'd love them just to add in like 20 really good quality of life features. And what I mean by that is, like, I would love it if, you know, when you praise individual training, have it so I can praise all the players at once. I don't have to click through every player. I know for the reasons they do it, but like for the next gen inbox award like item, you know, like at the end of the year where it says the England trial day or like the country trial day, and you can like scout all the players off one click, the trialists from in the released squads. Have that functionality, but for the next gen award, or just the ability to add them all to a shortlist. Like you can do it all one by one. I get their concern is, oh, if we add it to the game, it becomes too easy to find wonder kids. I can do it by clicking 100 times. Right click, add to shortlist, right click, add to shortlist, or scout them all. Make it one click. I would love them to add in like official support for an attributeless mode and like maybe label it like an Iron Man hardcore mode where you can't save the game manually yourself, but it saves after every game. Don't ask me how that would work in like summer breaks. I've not thought about that far. But like add in some kind of hardcore, more difficult mode. Maybe the AI is more adaptive to your tactics in that mode. I'd love them to set up like a director of football mode officially in the game. Whether or not that has to just come in the form of like preset staff responsibilities where basically you can just like click a preset and it basically goes, okay, this is what a director of football would have to deal with. And that is the director of football mode for like a year, and then over the next few years you can build up that a little bit. I just feel like there's loads of shit that hardcore fans have been asking for ages that isn't like groundbreaking stuff. Like just about having the option to have staff attribute numbers back instead of words. Like that's not even a fucking feature, just options. Like they've already shown with this legacy spacebar stuff and attribute colours, they're not against adding in options. The fact that the staff attribute numbers just isn't an option and we're stuck with the adjectives is just bizarre to me. I still don't understand the order of the words. Me neither. Me neither. How far into the Champions League are we? We've made it to the quarter-finals of the Oceanic Champions League. Has the addition of shouts improved anything? I mean, they work the exact same way as they used to. I like them. I use them. If you don't use them, you're not going to like them. Like little things like shouts coming back. There's so much stuff like that that's been removed, chat. What's something that's been removed from this game? Or that isn't an FM26, which is in older FMs, that you miss? Because there's so many little things, and depending on how you play the game, that you're not going to notice them all. But I feel like if they were all back in the game, you would actually go, oh, they've added all that stuff back in. Like, I think adding in some kind of attributeless mode would be such an easy win. Having it so there's like a setting for you to save advanced player statistics for like a set number of seasons. You know, like how if you get past June 20th or whatever, it just resets everything. If you want the data hub and stuff to be useful and people to use advanced statistics, the fact that all the data for the previous season is just gone before the transfer window reopens is fucking stupid. I get it's probably a memory thing where it's to keep save files down, or maybe it's to do with how much data can be stored in RAM. The year is 2026. Like, there has to be improvements in the technology with compression and just people's hardware being better, that is possible. Fully appreciate for Billy Bob on a toaster that if we had to have the stats for players for like the past 5 seasons saved, it might make it blow up and burn his PC to the ground. Have it as an option. Have a little slider where it's 0 to 5 seasons worth of advanced player stats you can save. Have a little warning that says, hey, heads up, if you have this data high, saving and loading is going to take longer because there's a lot more data all of a sudden. The people who play Football Manager hardcore style will not give a shit about that. Like, the fact that that is just not an option in the game is crazy to me. And I really hope it's something that is on Sports Interactive's radar and it's not something where it's brought up in conversation and someone just goes, technical limitations, and they go, fair enough then, doesn't matter. Like, we're playing a football management game where the stats of the previous season beyond goals and assists and an average rating just fucking poof in June. Like, what are we doing? Do you think there are things in the game that managers don't actually do, e.g. extended staff contracts? Oh, there is, but I feel like stuff like that at a lower level the manager probably does do. There's so much little stuff. There's so much little stuff that could be improved. I don't need to see the game overhauled. I don't think the skin needs to be burnt down. I just think it needs to fucking work. I think the biggest issue with this game, to be honest, chat, is the fact they tried to overhaul how the UI and stuff is laid out whilst it was also buggy. I just think if this UI was like polished properly, had all the bugs fixed, people would persist with it more. Like, there is undoubtedly bad usability issues which need to be sorted, but they're not like irredeemable. The notion that if you're like looking at 2 strikers in the summer transfer window and you're kind of wanting to look at their goal scoring, goals per 90, but also like their conversion rate, and there's no way to see like their goals versus expected goals, like, that's kind of insane. And that's such like a base, superficial level of kind of statistical comparison. I mean, chat, I wrote literally a paper that I sent to someone at Sports Interactive about immersion in Football Manager and why I think the game is not immersive. I could go through it on stream one day. It's like 1,800 words. I did like a full write-up of how I'd redesign parts of the game to fix immersion. The thing is, I see people talking about immersion in the chat. I do think a lot of people get immersed in Football Manager and actually define immersion quite differently, depending on how they play the game. But in this, I did this write-up, and literally it boils down to 3 things for me. And there's 3 layers of immersion. There is what has happened in my save game, what is happening in my save game, and what will happen in my save game. That is the 3 pillars of the game. And there is so much stuff that is just broken with like looking at history. Like, looking at your own club's history is just a fucking faff anyway. But once you eventually get there, just like the most basic stuff, like this graph is broken on so many different save games I have. If you go to like club history records, none of these names are clickable. These names are clickable. Like, it's one of the core fundamentals of Football Manager is that anything with a name is clickable. So when you're reminiscing about an old save game, like, you can't look at any of this stuff. None of these names are clickable. It's literally one of the... If you ask a UI designer or a UX designer at Football Manager what is one of the principles of the game, they will say whenever a player name or a club name shows up, you can click on it and you can go to it. And that literally doesn't exist. Literally doesn't exist. I know this is a really minor thing, but it's a layer of kind of working out what happened in your save game that you would do effortlessly without thinking. I mean, the fact that this is hidden behind so many clicks is absurd to me. And just stuff like the best 11 inbox time just being broken. Like, there's no visual representation of the best 11. Like, looking back on your old, like, your save game and what's happened, like, it feels painful. I've had the glitch of scoring goals that don't count on the scoreboard. I would suggest it was ruled out for offside and you missed it, Paul, if that happened. You can sell clauses under recruitment clauses for the person who mentioned it. You can sell clauses here. There's so many examples, chat, for the history stuff that I wrote about. So there's so much stuff I've written about in this paper that I did. Like, I hope that stuff gets listened to. I think it will as well. I will say, I wouldn't write a 1,800 word write-up on all my issues with the immersion in Football Manager if I didn't think it was going to be taken seriously. Like, they've tried to strip back what gets shown in the inbox item, right? Like, as inbox items. There's so many things, like at the end of a season, chat, where you like have your player who sets a record for highest average ratings or most assists in a season or most goals this season. All those inbox all those news things. They are now just buried as news items that like pop up here now. And like, unless you happen to come to the news screen during like a 5-day period at the end of the year, they're just gone forever. And I don't know about anyone, I don't look through the news screen. I think it's meant to look like a web page. I think that was the design goal with this page and also this page. I think it was meant to look like a website. I think that's what they were going for with the big header at the top. And especially this screen, I think this is meant to feel like a news site. Doesn't fucking work. It fails in its design. It's shit. I'm sorry, it is shit. I literally think that was their design intention. That's why it says homepage as well. It's meant to look like a website. Doesn't work. Like, even when you hit continue... Like, even when you hit... I can't hit continue, I've got a match to play. When you hit continue and it's news items being shown, I don't get why it's news items. Like, reading a headline and then the body of a news item is just too much to read while the game's continuing quickly. Show me the top 3 goal scorers currently in my league. Show me the league table of my league in full. So I can have a quick glance and go, oh, what's happening in my league? Like, cycling through random news items that have no relevancy to me is just crazy. There's so much stuff that they've basically relegated from being a news inbox item, like in your inbox, to being a news item, so you just miss it. Paul, I saw your message the first time, mate. On console, there's a very bad glitchy moment where you or the opposition score, but the score stays at 0-0, like I conceded 2 to Birmingham on my Villa save and somehow won the game 2-0 without me having a highlight. Spawning, I mean, that sounds like Divergence, mate, but that's, yeah, those bugs exist. I've not seen that in single player, but I know in multiplayer it's an issue. Like, I feel like they stripped a load of stuff out of inbox items, this chat, because they want people to get through the game more quickly. I feel like they've almost redesigned Football Manager to make it so they think people will just skip over their emails, which is why, they changed the space bar for reading through the news. And because they basically were like, we need to cut down on the inbox bloat, like, they've actually just removed a layer of immersion. Like, fair enough, having kind of the player with the highest average rating in the club's history or most assists in the season and all that stuff as separate inbox items is kind of shit. Have it as one inbox item at the end of the year. Just go, hey, here's the club record holders. Like, the fact the season reviews have gone. Like, if the season review doesn't come back next year, I will scream, because I'll feel like then they just don't understand what makes the game good. Like, show me my best transfers. Who did I sell? Who did I buy? Who sold the most shirts? What was my goal of the season? Who was my fans player of the year and, the supporters player of the season or whatever? Show me the trophies that I've won. Show me the key match of the year. Show me, how have our finances evolved. Do it in a nice little thing. It was such a nice way to bookend a season. There's so many beats in a Football Manager save game you play between the end of season review, deadline days, cup draws. It's not always about playing one more game. It's about playing to one of those points. Those points don't exist anymore. There's no chapters in a season. You just feel like you're on rails going from next match to next match to next match. Do I find it baffling that the previous main features of the games don't exist in the current edition? Obviously, cut draws and deadline days are the main one. I don't think it's baffling when you see the state the game came out. Clearly, that stuff was just cut because they didn't have time to do it for 26. I mean, that's really obvious at this point, is it not? I don't think they cut it out thinking no one cares about cup draws or no one cares about deadline day. I think it was just a case of we have to get a game out, having not shipped a game last year. Like, I don't think Football Manager did enough to transparently communicate what wasn't going to be in the game this year. That's a nice goal, Jimenez. And I think for some people, the stuff that's missing probably isn't a big deal, and for other people, it is. Also, did they have two players? No, okay. I thought they had two players off the pitch injured, but it was just two of their defenders wandered off the pitch and came back. Am I anxious for FM27 if FM26 is still in a complete state? Not really. I'll be honest, chat. This might be controversial. I still quite enjoy FM26. Like, I definitely don't enjoy it as much as I have enjoyed past FMs at its peak. But having had 2 years of playing the same FM24, I am grateful for something a bit different. And stuff like the new match day presentation and the new tactic system are enough to kind of keep me enjoying it. Like, I'm really enjoying Park to Prem at the moment, where if you've been watching it, you'll know. I think you can see it in episodes. I tinker with tactics way more now. In like tight seasons and tight matches where things really matter. I'll admit, when I'm streaming, I'm kind of chatting with you guys more and not as locked in on the games. Also, the games, like, at this point aren't as critical, I suppose. But I feel like FM27 just has to be FM24, but in this engine with some nice quality of life stuff. I mean, FM27 chat is not going to be worse than FM26. I hope. I mean, if it is, we're fucked. But I don't think it will be. I think if you're expecting them to snap their fingers and suddenly FM26 is like the game that you dreamed it would be, I think you might be kidding yourself a little bit, I'm afraid to say. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, we know that international management has to be coming into the game at some point. Maybe there'll be some really nice fixes with that. I think a lot of my expectations for what FM27 is going to be will basically be determined by how do they approach what remains of FM26. But the issue is that if they spend more time, like, you know, polishing up FM26 and trying to bug fix stuff, that has a knock-on effect on what is then going to be the leap forward for 27. I honestly think FM27 is basically going to be FM24, but in Unity. And even then, I don't know if it will quite be that. I think it's a multi-year thing for them to get it exactly where they want it to be. Do I think FM26 will be enough of an upgrade to satisfy the angry fans? I think there's just people who want to be angry at stuff on the internet, if I'm being completely honest. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the outrage is kind of warranted. I think if you're angry to the point of proudly proclaiming about how angry you are and that you're not playing the game online, like, there's part of me that just thinks it's perhaps a bit performative and a bit disingenuous. There's also just part of me that thinks you're maybe too invested in a video game that costs, what, £40 a year? And that, like, maybe you should get your priorities in check. I think in a weird way, it's slightly different if you're a content creator and it's literally your livelihood. That's not to say that people aren't entitled to be angry, but I think sometimes it turns quite vitriolic. And there's like, not much of a nuance. I mean, it's like anything on the internet, right? It's like with politics. Like, there are extremes at either end of the spectrum, and if you land in the middle somewhere, you anger people from both sides. But I feel like a lot of the angry fans, like, a lot of them just won't be satisfied no matter what happens now. You know, it's going to take years of rebuilding trust. The angry fans are still playing the game. To be honest, the player numbers for FM26 aren't that good. The issue is they're not playing the game. A lot of them angry people have just gone back to 24 or have just stopped playing. I do keep an eye on Lewis FC's results IRL, but they're in a bit of a weird season, aren't they, where they're kind of stuck in the middle in terms of it. I think they're going to just settle mid-table and there's not a lot on the line. When do I think they start on FM27 production? In a normal Football Manager cycle, they will be starting production as soon as the previous game shipped, which obviously has not happened here. And based on the fact we know they're adding in an international mode, like there is more stuff coming. So I imagine FM27 has started production in some form. I imagine they're doing a lot of planning for how they go about things. I think it'd be a mistake to try and add a load of stuff to FM27 that's brand new. I think they should work on getting FM27 to be what people expected and maybe hoped that 26 would be. The FM Reddit is full of FM24 posts. I would not take that. I love the Football Manager Reddit. It has some good content there. It's also the most terminally online people, many people of which proudly bang the drum of, I'm on FM24! Look at me, FM24's good, give me karma! Like, the people who play FM26 are just off enjoying playing FM26. Like, rather than posting on the internet for karma about how much they enjoy 24. We need to get rid of 70% of the pop-up window. I need to get rid of all the pop-up windows. I went through chat and counted how many pop-ups there are in game. I got to 150 and I gave up. So there's definitely at least 150 pages of pop-ups like this. Like this. Please don't ask why I decided to do that in my free time. But it's hundreds. It's at least 150. There was definitely some I missed. But like, all these screens that are pop-ups have to be redesigned. And that's going to be a lot of work. And I'll be honest, chat, I'm absolutely terrified for what they're going to do based on this screen. Because this screen was a pop-up, wasn't it? And then they've changed it. Like, this league table looks shite this wide. Can we agree this looks fucking ridiculous? And then, like, you can have the stuff like the team stats or the player stats, but, like, these are fucking pointless. Like, these literally exist for me to be able to click and go into stuff. Like, why are you not showing me, like, the top 3 scorers in the league, the top 3 assists, the top 3 clean sheets? Like, you could literally take, like, the width of this box and have another one of these boxes with more info here. Same here. And then the season preview, like, what is this? Like, this doesn't look finished. Like, this was a pop-up. The pop-up of this actually looked kind of okay. Of all the pop-ups in the game, I actually thought it was one of the better pop-ups. And this just doesn't even work, does it? Like, you click on a team. What is this? Like, what is this? Why is there so much space? What is this? Like, why is this here? Why is this such a big box? If you're thinking, oh, how do you get back to the general view? You can't. You untick it. It doesn't go back to the regular league table. The only way to get back to the general view is to hit back and then forward, and then you get this view here. And then like, on this here, chat, and this is the one screen they've changed from a pop-up to a full screen, which terrifies me. If you want to like look at a different competition, you're doing the hokey cokey. I mean, look at this. Look at this. What am I doing? The drop downs don't even make. You're going all over the place, son. Like, who designed this? Who signed off when? Yeah, this is shippable. Why is that drop down? It should all go to the right. It should all be hierarchical like this. Why am I doing the pissing okey dokey? Put your right foot in, your left foot out, in, out, shake it all about, wiggle your mouse. But my concern is, this is the one screen that in a recent update, they went from making a pop-up to making a full screen and they fucked it. And if they want to do this to most of the game going forward, which I have to assume is the design direction they're taking because they've done it here, I have no faith in them to do it for FM27 well. And that's the thing that scares me the most about the future of Football Manager. I think if they were removing some of the pop-ups in updates and you go, that's a genuine improvement, that is well designed. But this clearly hasn't been tested. Like, this drop-down is literally one of the worst examples of, like, where it's just absolutely clear that is this just getting put in the game and no one's looking at it and testing it? Because I feel like anyone sanity checks this and looks at it, you'd go, don't include this, just keep the pop-up. We'll work on this some more. We'll put it in the next update. Like, it's fucking embarrassing. And the thing is, I don't think it's just incompetency from the designers. I think they're probably up against it time-wise. They're being pressured to get loads of fixes in. Stuff gets rushed through. They're probably slapped with a concept where someone goes, we have to make it a full screen, make it work. And within the limitations of Unity and the fact we don't have adaptive resolutions... Because in past FMs, this would have been a case of there'd probably be a few more of these boxes here, Like, imagine where results and fixture are. Another 2 boxes here, and the league table could be more squished in. And then on smaller screens, it would just be the fixtures and results with like a squished in table. But there's no quality control, which is genuinely terrifying. Like, it's insane. Please come down and worry about blood pressures. Ben, I've got high blood pressure. The game did it to me. Like, I don't know about anyone else. I find myself using... I don't like this screen. Does anyone like this screen? Like, on a lot of leagues, you can't see the full league table. You can only see the top people for each stats. Like, in past FMs, I could see, like, the top 3 goal scorers, top 3 assisters, top 3 goalies. You kind of start building up a narrative in your head of, you know, the golden boot race. Now you see the top goal scorer, and you go, oh, let's go and have a look at the top goal scorer in the league. 1 click, 2 click, 3 click, 4 click. 4 clicks for me to just see the top goal scorers where it used to be like 2. And even then, like, it makes me angry. It makes me angry. It's just, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. If you could redo the interview with Miles tomorrow, what 2 questions would I ask him? You said you didn't want to release an unfinished game in 25 and it would have damaged the company's reputation forever. Do you think that FM26 was a finished game? And the answer's no. Why was it released in its current state? Can those be my 2 questions? But the fact is, chat, like, these quick flicks, right, are quite nice looking through the leagues quickly, but I don't know about anyone else. I go to this screen to look at the league tables more often than not, and there's no longer the option to quick flick once you're here. And the only way to navigate to look at other leagues is to go through this. Like, it doesn't know the competitions that are adjacent to yours. Like, I don't know about anyone else. I'm managing in the Premier League with Pots Prem. I don't keep an eye on what's happening in the Championship. I just go, oh, those 5 teams have been promoted. I don't know. I get the impression that they are doing their best. I just think there's clearly a lot of issues that need to be worked on. I mean, the thing is, right, FM26 had to come out when it came out. They needed money, chat. They hadn't sold a game for 2 years. Like it or not, they needed to sell copies of the game. And I think if they were to be transparent about the state of the game, it probably would have meant good community sentiment, but people wouldn't have bought the game. And that would have been problematic. I mean, the good news is, right, that Football Manager are still hiring. They've not, as far as well, there's not been any layoffs, and they've got adverts for new jobs, including a new designer, I noticed on their website recently. I don't know how long that's been there. Which means they are still investing to get the game in a better spot, so I think you have to view that as a positive. Do I think Mars needs to take accountability? I hate this idea that in game development it falls on one person's head. Like, I think when people... I hate the word accountability on the internet chat, because I think half the time when people think of the word accountability, actually what they're thinking in their head is, I just want the person... I want someone to tell me what I want them to tell me. And often the reality of the situation and what that person would tell you probably isn't going to line up with your viewpoint on what you want to hear, and therefore you wouldn't even accept it as being accountability anyway. I think often on the internet, the best way to take accountability is to just do better and kind of talk through actions. I think there's nothing that anyone at Sports Interactive can really say publicly facing that isn't going to be brought kind of back in their face with vitriol from people and like a vocal group of people on the internet who are just cross and angry and want to vent about things. Surely a third year of pure Unity development will mean they know what they're doing. I get the impression, chat, that they changed their mind on how the game was going to work pretty late. I don't know if people can remember, but for months after launch, the Football Manager logo on all the data HUD graphs was the old Football Manager logo. That Football Manager logo was scrapped like before FM25 was announced, which means that none of the data hub screens were touched for probably over a year. I think there was just a lot of stuff that wasn't finished. Just how bad do you think FM25 was? I don't think FM25 was ever a real game, chat. That's my conspiracy theory. This whole story about how Miles loaded up at Christmas and decided we couldn't release it. Firstly, why was Miles playing the game at Christmas to decide whether or not it should be shipped? Like, surely he should have been playing it, like, you know, before the November release date to have an idea on the state of the game. It's tricky, right? I feel like in gaming, there's a sentiment that you'll often hear, and it's even come about recently, you know, with the new Xbox, kind of lead Xbox gaming lady. I can't remember the lady's name or the role that she's got, but she's basically the new head of Xbox. And people go, she's not a real gamer because she only started playing games this year. And stuff like that. And I hate this idea that people kind of just... when they're complaining about a game and how it's not good, they'll go, well, the devs don't play their own game. Like, clearly not. Like, I experienced that a lot when I worked on the Total War games, because it's just not true in a lot of cases. There are genuinely kind of design decisions made with this game that I cannot explain through any means other than the people who made the design decisions did not understand how... I was going to say a minority, but I don't think it's a minority, how a lot of people play Football Manager. There's just design decisions that just don't make sense. And I don't know if they were chasing a wider audience. I don't know if they just thought, fuck it, we know best. I don't know if they thought people would be more adaptable. Like, the most obvious one is the spacebar behaviour, right? Like, that was clearly a design decision for spacebar to not take you through your unread emails, where they wanted to get people progressing quickly, probably because a lot of new players say, hey, I get really lost in the inbox. But why that wasn't an option at launch, I genuinely don't know. Like, and if you don't know, basically, there's a setting that is now, I think it's under accessibility? I can't remember where it is. Processing. Here, the legacy spacebar button, where if you hit spacebar, it goes to your next unread email, no matter what screen you're on, before you go forward. Where it was a case of you hit spacebar and it would go forward without going to your unread emails. And if you play Football Manager using the spacebar, it just fucks up your muscle memory. Can I be real with you, chat? I flagged that within a week. Not even a week. I flagged that within about an hour of playing the early build of the game I got access to. I was like, why have you changed this? They were like, it's a deliberate design decision. It's what we think is best for the game. And there was never a conversation there. And I knew that people would fucking complain about it when the game came out. And they did, and then they walked back and changed their mind on it. And it's like, is it a stubbornness? Like, when myself and others raised it before release, was it just a case of these are YouTubers? They don't know what they're talking about. Like, we're game designers. I've studied game design or whatever. Like, I can't explain it. Was it a case of to add in an option would have been too much work, and they just didn't think it was worth it because they thought it was a complaint that not many people would have? I don't understand, and that is puzzling. And the fact is they've added that spacebar option back, but they didn't really make that much of a song and dance about it because it's hidden in a preference. You'd never know about it. Like, that should really be a thing where when you load up this game for the first time, it should be like, hey, which of these settings do you want to pick? Would you like legacy spacebar on or off? Do you know what I mean? Like, it should just be there, and it's just not. The legacy spacebar as well. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just fragile. The phrasing legacy spacebar triggers me a little bit as well. Right, chat. I need to go edit tomorrow's Part to Prem video. I didn't realise it was 12:30. I went on a lovely little tangent there. I don't like to just rant for ranting's sake. Like I said, I have had some conversations with Sports Interactive which make me feel encouraged. I've written a very long write-up with all my thoughts on the game. Like, it's thousands of words on where I think the design just fails. And I genuinely think if they were to apply a lot of the stuff that I've written down and just address it, it would go a long way to help the game. Maybe one day I'll go through it on a video or on a stream or something, because it's quite opinion-based. I'm sure some people won't agree with everything, but I do feel like as a content creator, I'm often a conduit for hearing lots of different viewpoints on the game and a lot of different people's kind of feelings on it. Like, it sounds stupid, but as a content creator, whilst I do have my own views on the design and stuff, it sounds with anything I do, chat, I'm trying to appeal to the masses. So I listen to what everyone's saying because I try to appeal to everyone's different viewpoints, and it's actually on the FM26 stuff and why the game's bad. It's not actually that much where you get one thing from one person, one thing from another. It's actually pretty unanimous, which makes me feel like the game can be salvaged for everyone who plays the game. Right, I've had a rant there that I wasn't going to have, but, you know, that's sometimes what Football Manager does to you, and it wasn't just an angry rant. I hate angry rants when people just go, I'm angry. I feel like, you know, if you can be a degree constructive, it's a good thing. Right, I'm going to go edit tomorrow's Parts of Prem. If you've not been watching Parts of Prem, you should totally go watch it. It's genuinely one of the best YouTube series I've ever done. The editing on it, the production value on it's good. And now I need to go edit the next one. Today was a late night stream. Should be back tomorrow evening, by the way. Maybe a little earlier than tonight, but we'll get through some more football. We've got the Oceanic Champions League knockouts ongoing. I'll be real with you, I have no idea what the scheduling's like for the rest of this competition. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed. Take it easy. I love you all. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow.